Well, you have many channels to come and work in the UK market. You have, of course, the biggest one are the big chain like Waitrose, Tesco, and all the big supermarket brand. So that one, of course, it's well, I would say easier in a way, but they are really aggressive on prices.
Hey guys, this is Sid Patel, 7th year of London wine competition. We are right here in London. I'm here with Salvatore Castano. He has won one of the best sommeliers trophy in the world, and if I'm correct, it is, I guess, from Europe and Africa ASI 2021, right?
Yes, that's
so
correct.
That is a really hard course. We're going to talk really about Italian wines here. You know, this is a very valuable content, especially for Italian wine producers looking to see what's going on in UK in 2024. Salvatore, thanks for joining me here in London.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Great. So let's go into the grapes, the varietals, the regions. You know, give us a snapshot of what is good and what is slow from Italy in 2024.
So as always, probably the most sold wine in the UK is probably the Prosecco. Prosecco is one of the leading region in the UK. Then you have, of course, the Pinot Grigio, the Gavi. These are probably the favorite grapes that you can see in the UK market.
Prosecco is obviously growing, but Pinot Grigio is also in
yes,
good growth?
It's still a big wave, and but there is few other regions coming. Yes. One of those, I'm really proud of it because it comes from Sicily, and is the Etna. Etna is being a volcanic, gives the volcan touch to the wines. So it creates this incredible aromaticity, acidity, freshness in the wine, especially for the whites. The Caricante is the grape, the main grape grown on the Etna. And for the red, you have the Nerello Mascalese, Nerello Cappuccio. But at the moment, what I've seen in the past 10 years, the potential of Etna is in the white grapes, because the wine retain this much acidity, and then during the night, you know, because it's a high elevation vineyards, during the night you have a very swing in temperature. So you have it's really hot during the day, but at night it's really cold. So you get all this aromaticity out of the grape. And I can see that this appellation is growing so much, not just in the UK, but all over the world, especially in the US. It's a big thing at the moment.
Nice. And what about overall Sicily? Is it still, or just this region from Sicily is doing great? This
region is doing great. You have, of course, the Grillo. Grillo is another aromatic grape from Sicily. You can find it mostly on the other side of the island, so like close on the Palermo side, but it grows all over the island. Grillo is doing well, especially in summer. You know, it's very easy drinking summery wine. You have Nero d'Avola. Nero d'Avola is probably, it was one of the most famous grape from Sicily, but you know, it's really bold, really full body, high alcohol. So now I think with this concept, everyone is trying to reduce the alcohol in our life.
Yeah,
it's so I think the market for this grape went slightly down.
Okay. What about the big one, the regions like, let's say, Chianti, Tuscany? What's your take on those?
So this region, they will always have a big market, like Barolo, Barbaresco, Chianti, Brunello, Amarone. They're still really strong. Actually, I can see that the Italian wines are getting really strong in the UK market, comparing the French one. The French one, you know, UK has always been really strong for Bordeaux, but we can see the tendency of drinking Bordeaux went down quite strongly. I don't know if it's because of the price or because of the alcohol content in the wine. Or maybe the new generation wants to drink more easier, easy drinking wine. This is a possibility.
Let's say for the Italian wine producers, if they are exporting and they're entering UK market, what kind of marketing channels or strategies or the consumer demographics that you think is an ideal growth category. For example, it's a $15 to $20 a pound range on trade is a good spot to target this particular thing. If you can give us 2-3 examples of what he or she can aim at as a channel and a consumer.
Well, you have many channels to come and work in the UK market. You have, of course, the biggest one are the big chain like Waitrose, Tesco, and all the big supermarket brand. So that one, of course, it's, I would say easier in a way, but they are really aggressive on prices. So they will probably ask for wine, I don't know, like 2-3 euro for them to buy, which is, it's a very entry-level style of wine. But you can always have the importers, the suppliers, the people who sell the wines to restaurants, hotels. Those are people who can, like people like me, that we always look for quality and price as well. But of course, we won't be able to give them, massive quantity of wine. So that's why we like to work with smaller producer. They produce, 6,000, 7,000 bottles of wine, so that we can help them. But we try to always work on quality and price. And then another channel could be, they can be like association like yours, the competition, so where they apply for the wines to be judged, and this can give them a lot of advertisement in the UK market, so can help them grow and sell the wine to anyone, because basically you work with all.
I think one of the things that we've noticed is people, let's say, who win, still don't know. A lot of people are not amazingly marketers because it's mainly small and medium brands that we work with, right? So how do you say they can market if they win a gold medal in London? Let's say 95 points someone wins, but they don't have a UK representation. So any ideas on what can be the way they can say, okay, I won in this London competition. This is how it matters and this is how it's good. So could you sort of give me an introduction or give a chance to taste or meet me?
This is definitely one of the way. For me, I think you need to have a bit of luck as well as a producer, because maybe on that panel they tried the wine, there was a wine buyer of a big chain or a big supplier, and then they would say, oh, I love this wine, so can I get introduced to this producer so that we can import the wine if it's not represented in the UK? So I think, yes, that's the luckiness. Well, it plays a big role as well.
Nice. But on the let's say when they're reaching out or emailing importers, what one paragraph or one line you think they can write which can bring your attention, like something like, hey, Salvatore, this is a competition which peers like yourself have evaluated. And we've got 95 points. Is there a other way that you think trade would pay attention to? Like if some producer of 95 points London competition came to you, how do you perceive that message?
It depends of many things. Of course, showing the importer or the person you want to deal with that you have achieved a really good score, a really good awards in competition is probably the most important. But then it depends if that supplier, that importer is looking for that kind of wine, for that kind of region. True. So there is so many things to be considered.
Yep.